Well, the theme of today's budget was the audacity cost, and because we carry on this trajectory and the audacious the problem that we are certainly seeing is that the budget increased by 2%, but taking into account inflation, so we're worse off than we were in the previous financial year. And the part that we have a particular problem is in terms of our maintenance. You would have seen that the maintenance spending is hovering around the 4 billion rand mark, which is about 2% as opposed to the 8% law that Treasury prescribes. So it is no wonder that Gauteng's infrastructure is in the state that it is. So you also would have seen that in terms of human settlements, for example, the budget for the operating budget is down 200 million rand, yet the Gauteng provincial legislature's budget has increased by 200 million rand. So that begs the question, what are our priorities? They say that it's public participation, it is for those sorts of things, but we all know that it ends up becoming a situation whereby expensive trips are taken abroad and money is being spent on things that are not frontline to anyone. So there certainly is a very negative tone from the Democratic Alliance.
Just another one, the second, but essentially, I can see that I think the previous budget was around 60% of the total budget into government. How do you think one could is so spending on salaries?
Look, that we actually don't have. The reason for that is provinces across the country have very high wages because of the nature of the services. So education and health, for example, the staff depends on how you have lots of employees. So we don't have a problem here. But where we do have a problem is with bloated organic across different departments. I believe it's 80% of the sports, recreation and arts department is being spent on salaries at this point. So that begs the question, what can you do with 3% of our budget? So it is within the law at this point, but we must be very careful who is being appointed across departments in the province.
The MEC announced 2.1 increase of the GDP. Are you satisfied with that?
Well, certainly Gauteng contributes greatly to that because it is the economic hub of the country. However, we need infrastructure to be maintained instead of public transport, because gone are the days of where we were about 20 years ago, where we assumed 3.5%, 4%, 5% even economic growth. We certainly have seen that we are doing much better than we were, say, 2 years ago, where the economy was growing at 0.8 or 0.9%. So I'm very satisfied that we're moving in the right direction, but we're certainly not there.
Just about some time, also this budget, we're kind of seeing they're saying they're not going to support the budget this week. Do you think that might be should put our business into Southeast?
Well, certainly if a budget was not satisfactory, all goes to but it would draw the NNC and to the negotiations. So, as the Democratic Alliance, well, we will consider our options, those regard. We don't have an approach of just blanketing, not sort of voting against the budget, but we will consider the department by department and then go on to look at the budget and where the money goes to. But certainly not something that's being heard in.